Hello, I am Veronica, and today I'm introducing to you the Falkensteiner resort Capo in Sardinia. In Sardinia, we are located in the most southern part of Sardinia, just 40 minutes from Cagliari Airport. The property itself, as you can see, is really in an oasis of green. And we have this beautiful backdrop of the mountains right behind us. So it really gives you a beautiful idea of what Sardinia is. An important thing is that we have a private beach, which is actually almost impossible in Sardinia nowadays, as well as the property is right on the beach, which nowadays is not allowed by law anymore. So we are really very, very lucky to have this location for our property. As mentioned before, we are just 40 minutes from Cagliari Airport, so it's very easy to reach us through all flights coming in from Rome, for example. If you're flying in with Delta, since we have flights now to Olbia, it's around a 3.5 hour ride. The property itself is made out of the main building that you see right in front of us, which contains rooms and suites, two-bedroom family villas with garden and sea view that you see on the left hand side, and one standalone villa called Villa Bella Vista with four bedrooms, a private pool, a private dedicated area on the beach, and of course, private access to it. Of course, all guests staying in Villa Bella Vista have access to all facilities on property. Here you have an idea of what our rooms look like. As you can see from the decor, but also the building you saw before, it does have a bit of an almost North African influence. And this was done on purpose as our property is the most southern point of Sardinia, and the interior architect really wanted to make this mix of Sardinian style and this North African style throughout the property. The picture above is our entry level. Also here we have really quite spacious rooms. All rooms have of course, the beds as well as a sitting area, and all rooms have a terrace. On the lower part, you have the rooms of our two-bedroom villas. Here you can see that this would be the master bedroom on the left-hand side, and the two-bedroom, since it's family villa, so for the kids' room, of course, it has more of a style that children would like. The Falkensteiner Capo Boy also has a very specific food concept. We have one restaurant called Kento by the Michelin-starred chef Theodor Falsa. Cento in Sardinian means 100. And 100, the idea behind this restaurant, since we are in the blue zone and it's all about longevity, Theodore tried to include all ingredients of the island into his food concept. It's a very, very interesting restaurant and quite famous generally in Sardinia. And really, we have a big eye on our culinary. We have the world champion of pizza making in our pizzeria. We have three cones of the Gambero Rosso in our ice cream parlor. So you have actually quite a few options on property regarding meals, and they're really, really good. So it's also a hotel really for foodies. We also have a kids club. If you already know Falkensteiner, we have some family hotels which have a very large kids concept. For this property, it's really your typical kids club with Falky, the falcon that you can see in the image, who's our mascot. And we also have, which is really interesting, a petting zoo for the children with typical Sardinian animals. There's a farmer who takes care of these animals, and every afternoon, twice, he lets the animals run around in the middle of the park of the property, and really the children love playing with the animals. And another thing, Theodore Falser takes our kids to a herb and vegetable garden, and he does cooking lessons with them. This is another highlight that children really love. Apart from that, of course, we have the Aquapura spa. Aquapura is the signature spa at Falkensteiner, so it's all about the flow of water, the flow of energy, and really finding time for yourself. And of course, we have an array of different pools and of course our beach. Apart from that, activities of course are safaris that we do to explore Sardinia. We have themed evenings with typical Sardinian music, typical Sardinian food, as well of course chartering motorboats or sailing yachts and exploring all the area. The property is not close to a town. The next town is around 5 minutes by car. So, of course, we organize transfer. The town is called Villa Simius, and there, of course, you have restaurants, cafes, shopping possibilities, etc. Now we come to our Villa Bella Vista. So this is the standalone villa with 4 bedrooms. Here you can also have a bit of the feel of the style of it. It also has its own pool, private beach. And the picture here below on the left is, of course, what I mentioned before. You have this majestic view of the mountains behind you and the sea in front of you, and it really is unbelievably beautiful. That's Falkensteiner Resort Capo. Thank you.